Hello, math students. Mrs. Marcellus and Einswine here. We sure are having a great time at Mega Adventure Fun World, aren't we, Einswine? And we're also enjoying our fabulous fun-filled fraction adventure. Today we're going to continue that by multiplying mixed numbers. Today's learning objective: students will find the product of a fraction and a mixed number and of two mixed numbers by applying standard algorithms. When multiplying mixed numbers, the first thing we have to do is convert any mixed numbers to improper fractions. Then we'll cross-cancel if possible, we'll multiply just as we've been doing, and simplify. Do you remember how to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, Einswine? Well, maybe we should take a quick look at that before we proceed with our first problem. Let's convert 3 1/4 to an improper fraction. The first thing that we'll do is multiply the denominator times the whole number. Then we'll add the numerator. This will give us 13/4. What we're really doing is starting with 3 whole units and 1 extra fourth of a unit. When we multiply 4 times 3, what we're really doing is breaking the 3 units into fourths. So we have 4 fourths plus 4 more fourths plus 4 more fourths. 3 times 4 is the 12 fourths. Then we add on the extra fourth, and that gives us our 13 fourths. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 more fourth gives us a new numerator of 13, and the size of the piece we're working with is still a fourth, so that denominator does not change. Let's go on to our first problem. In our first problem, we'll multiply 1/2 times 2 4/5. What we're really doing here is multiplying 1/2 times 2 and 1/2 times 4/5. However, we really don't want to have to break the problem up into 2 parts and then add the pieces, because that's not very efficient. If we convert the mixed number into an improper fraction, we can multiply 1/2 times 2 4/5 all at once. So that is our first step. In order to convert 2 4/5 into an improper fraction, first we'll multiply 5 times 2, and that will give us 10. Then we'll add on the 4, and that will give us a result of 14/5. Now we can go ahead and multiply 1/2 times 14/5. The next thing we want to do is see if we can cross-cancel anything. The 1 and the 5 are already in simplest form, but both 2 and 14 can be divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. Then I multiply straight across. 1 times 7 is 7, and 1 times 5 is 5. Now, in order to finish the problem, I'll need to put this in simplest form, which means I must convert this back to a mixed number. We know that every fraction is a division problem, so you can always go off to the side and do the division. 7 divided by 5, and we end up with 1 and a remainder of 2, which tells us we have 1 2/5. You also can do this mentally and just ask yourself, how many times does 5 go into 7? That is 1 time, and then there are 2 pieces left over. 1/2 times 2 4/5 equals 1 2/5. In this problem, we'll multiply 2 mixed numbers. In order to start, we must convert both of them to improper fractions. The first fraction, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 more is 7/4, and the second fraction, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So we'll end up with 7/4 times 14/5. Next, we want to see if we can cross-cancel anything. 7 and 5 can't be reduced because their only common factor is 1, but 14 and 4 can both be divided by 2, so we'll do that. 4 divided by 2 is 2, 14 divided by 2 is 7. Then we'll go ahead and multiply. 7 times 7 is 49, and 2 times 5 is 10. Next, we need to convert this into a mixed number. If you aren't certain what the answer is, remember you can always do the division problem. And we see that 4 times 10 is 40, and we're left with a remainder of 9/10. Or you can just ask yourself, how many times does 10 go into 49? And that would be 4 times, and there are 9/10 left over. 1 3/4 times 2 4/5 equals 4 9/10. Each funnel cake at Funky Freddy's Fast Fixin's is made from 1 2/3 cups of batter. How much batter is needed to make 9 funnel cakes? In order to solve, we'll multiply 1 2/3 times 9. First, we'll have to convert 1 2/3 into an improper fraction, and we'll also have to write 9 over 1. When we do that, we'll have the multiplication problem of 5/3 times 9 over 1. Next, we see if we can cross-cancel anything. 5 and 1 are in simplest form, but both 3 and 9 can be divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. We multiply straight across, and we end up with 15 over 1. Our final result is, in order to make 9 funnel cakes, we need 15 cups of batter. Mega Adventure Fun World plans to put up a fabulous new sign that is 5 5/12 yards wide by 3 3/5 yards tall. What is the area of the sign? In order to calculate the area, we need to take the length times the width. We will multiply 3 3/5 times 5 5/12. We need to convert both of these to improper fractions. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more is 18/5. 5 times 12 is 60, plus 5 more is 65/12. Next, we see if we can cross-cancel. 18 and 12 can both be divided by 6. 18 divided by 6 leaves us with 3, and 12 divided by 6 leaves us with 2. Going the other direction, both 5 and 65 end in the number 5, which tells us they can both be divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 65 divided by 5 is 13. Next, we'll multiply straight across. This gives us a result of 39 over 2. We'll have to turn 39 over 2 into a mixed number. 39 divided by 2 is 19. 2 times 19 equals 38. That means we're going to have 1/2 left over. The fabulous new sign for Mega Adventure Fun World is going to be 19 1/2 square yards. Wow, a new sign. I think that sounds really great, don't you, Einstein? Oh, and those funnel cakes, they sure were delicious, weren't they? Well, what do you think we should do next? Maybe check out some more rides? What's that, Einstein? You want more cotton candy? For heaven's sakes, we've eaten cotton candy and we just had funnel cakes too, and now you want more? I really hate to say this, you know, but you're being quite a little piglet, aren't you? Bye for now, math students.